Hi, Simone.
Hi, Alex.
So thank you for joining me here today, as always. This morning, Axfood released its year-end report for 2025. How would you summarize the report and the quarterly development and also the year?
We summarize a strong quarter with increased customer flow and also increased volumes, and by that we outgrew the market for the fourth quarter. All in all for the year, we summarized the 11th year in a row where we gained market share, and I think that's a really good receipt that the more than 6 million customers that we meet every year really appreciate what we are doing and our offerings. We also reached a good milestone by phasing out all our fossil fuels in both our own transports and also the contracted transports. So by that, I think we summarize a strong quarter and a strong year.
And then if we look a little bit more in detail in the various segments and the food retailers, how would you comment on their performance during the quarter?
I think that we're gaining market share for the 11th year in a row. It is a really good proof that our business model is really strong and creates opportunities and also efficiencies. So with our business model, all our retail chains can meet customer different needs in different market segments. So to start with Willys, Willys continued to strengthen its position and gaining market shares. We're improving the customer meeting by having high pace of modernizations, turning the stores into the new concept Willys 5.0. We also hold a high pace of store establishments and also improved the loyalty into Willys Plus. So Willys is continuing to strengthen its position both on the market but also among the customers. Hemköp have had a great momentum for a long time now and also continuously growing faster than the market and also attracting more customers. They also have had a high pace in the modernizations and improving their offering within fresh food, within the price value or value for money, and also within fresh food and meal solutions. Snabbgross had a good growth with 6% in a pretty tough restaurant and cafe market. And then we took clear positive steps within Citygross with a positive like-for-like growth for the fourth quarter.
So if we continue a little bit on that, Citygross, continued positive trends there. Could you elaborate a little bit more on Citygross?
Yeah, we're really happy to see the positive trends in Citygross. We're in a transition of creating a strong core in Citygross to grow from. So we're improving the customer meeting. We have decreased the prices to create a really strong price position also for Citygross. We're improving the customer offerings, the store concept. We have made some structural measures. We also have a strong cost focus and also focusing on the operational model. And this all in all also makes Citygross have a positive result in the fourth quarter. However, it's also important to have with us that the fourth quarter is generally strong for hypermarket segments. So we're in a journey, we're taking really good steps, but there's a long way still to go. So we're reiterating our goal to be profitable somewhat in the second half of this year.
And then Dagab, of course, if we're talking about the various operating segments, how would you comment on Dagab's performance in the quarter and the year?
Dagab's role in our group is to be a supporting company to all its customers and to have a really attractive and price-worthy assortment so they can be able to take the competition in their each market. And Dagab had a good growth. We also see the efficiency gains coming from all the investments we've made in the logistics structure, all from our warehouse in Bålsta, but also the warehouse in Backa and also the fruit and vegetable in Landskrona. And here we see the efficiency and productivity increases. However, we see also some negative effects in the margin, and that is due to market investments and also to negative mix effects. But all in all, we see that Dagab grows thanks to our own concepts.
I mean, Dagab is working on its logistics structure, obviously, which is relatively new still, but then also taking steps to further develop the logistics structure with the new facility in Kungsbacka that we plan to establish in the next couple of years. And there was some news during the quarter also on that with the automation agreement.
Yeah, exactly. So as you say, we've continued trimming the new logistics structure. And during the fourth quarter, we signed the agreement with Witron regarding the automation equipment for the new logistics center that we're planning to establish in Kungsbacka from 2030 and going on forward. And by that, we're also securing our capacity for the future to be able to grow and also to be able to be competitive also going on forward.
And then on Dagab, but also on sustainability, some news also in the quarter that we completed the phase out of fossil fuels in transports. Big news.
Yeah, that's a huge step and a milestone that we're really proud of taking. So by phasing out the fossil fuels in all the transports, both our own transports but also contracted, we reduce our emissions significantly. So just in the last 5 years, we reduced for our own transports the emissions of 70%, and for the quarter now in total the reduction is 30%, almost 30%. So here we take the lead, and we hope people or other companies will follow us. And regarding sustainability, we also applied for science-based targets according to the Paris agreements. So we're applying for them. We applied for them during last year.
Which is now in the validation process and will be reviewed by the Science Based Targets Initiative going forward.
Exactly.
And then today, of course, an outlook was issued for the full year 2026. Could you talk a little bit about the outlook?
Yeah, we're investing for the future. So this year we're planning to invest 2.2 to 2.3 billion SEK, majority in our operations due to store establishments and modernizations. So we're planning to establish 10 to 15 new stores this year and continuing to have a high pace in our modernization of existing stores. 470 million of these 2.2, 2.3 is also regarding our automations equipment for the new logistics center in Kungsbacka. And also we're continuous with some structure measures in city growth, and that will be a post of 50 million SEK for this year.
And then the board also proposes a dividend for the AGM to decide upon of 9 kronor per share. So I think that was all my questions here today, Simone. Is there anything you would like to add before we end?
No, I'd just like to summarize that we're doing a really strong quarter and a good year where we're gaining market share, and we continue to invest for the future to be able to meet even more customers and also to become even more competitive. And by that, we will continue to grow and challenge in the market.
Thank you, Simone.
Thank you.